Hi Femi, oh my god, long time no see.
Hi, Doa. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm so great. Thank you.
Uh, lo- it's been a long time since the last time we met in Richie Cup
Richie Cup.
2018, right?
Yeah. That's
Oh
so
my
true.
god.
It's been a long time.
Very long time. Oh my god, 2 years ago. Um, before we jump to the core questions, maybe we give you time to introduce yourself about what you love to do, about who you are, and basically just self-introduction. Time is yours, ma'am.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Femi. I'm a student majoring in strategic communication at Multimedia Nusantara University. As you may or may not know, that I have a YouTube channel. It's called Curly Bones. It based on word curly, but I changed the U alphabet into double O because it's spelled the same way. And bones for it refers to my bones because I have scoliosis, which the bones bend to the right and to the left. Oh, also I would love to sing. I sing a lot.
Okay, so basically, your YouTube channel got inspired by your scoliosis, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's so
god,
true.
it's so creative. It's so creative. And
Thank you,
how
Doa.
many subscriber do you have now?
Now it has 19,000 subscribers.
Oh my god, it's really blew up.
Yeah, it takes only 5 months, I think, because one of my video it's such a
Oh my
crazy
god,
one.
I watch it. I watch it.
Which one?
Uh, Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh my god.
That makes my YouTube channels grow up.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Talk about motivation of making YouTube channel. Why can you even thought about making a YouTube channel? What's your motivation behind it?
Okay, actually, I joined YouTube just for fun, to fulfill the 3 months holidays after final exam in ninth grade, which is the end of junior high school.
Ah,
But as time goes by, I found out my passion in music and I started to cover a song that I listening to and also making my own song. I also talk about my social my social life or scoliosis experience. So my motivation is to fill out my holidays and make it more productive.
okay. So basically started from making a YouTube channel for fun.
Yep.
If I'm not make any mistaken, you did it with Ify, Filda, and Isabel, right?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
so
god.
true.
Okay. And now it's blew up until you make professional contents now, and
Thank you.
I think it's because you improve your communication.
Yeah, that's one of the factors.
Okay, for your perspective, what does communication mean to you?
Okay, as a student of communication science, my opinion about communication is something that tied to everything. During the 3 semesters, I learned a lot about communication until finally I became more and more aware that communication was extremely complex, even though it was only talk about a person who is giving messages to another person. But behind that message, there are so many factors that created miscommunication, misunderstanding, or we can call it as a noise. And I learned a lot of theories that brings me out. If we're doing nothing, it is also a communication. So that is why I totally agree with the line of we cannot not communicate. If I could say communication is alive.
Okay, I agree with the thing of misunderstanding in communication because people uh, have their own understandings, right? And
Yep.
and also I agree with the line we cannot not communicate.
Yeah.
I think it's so true and real because even we silence for a while, it means a lot to people that see us.
Yep.
Right?
There are lots of meanings
Yeah,
behind the silence.
and I think it's the beauty of communication.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so
Yeah,
true.
it's the beauty of communication. So based on your experiences on YouTube for about years,
Mm.
with the development of communication nowadays, is it hard to do communications or interactions in social media, especially in your platform?
I think it is not that hard for me because I always follow the trend, and I also born in Generation Z, so it makes me easier to communicate on YouTube. YouTube is contains with people who born in Generation Z, right?
Yeah, I think our generation nowadays is really tight with social media.
Mm,
Nowadays, so many people are different in social media and real life.
yep.
Have you ever felt that way too, or you never felt that way?
Yeah, I feel that everyone must be different in real life and social media, and I think it is a normal thing because people have a tendency to regulate what kind of personality we want others to see us. And we definitely do personal branding, and social media is the best place to do that.
Okay, you said that people have tendency to do personal branding of
Hmm.
themselves, right?
Yes.
So basically, does your communication on YouTube all this time adjusted with your audiences or viewers?
Well, my target market on my YouTube is teenager, which the same age as me. So the way I deliver messages is casual. I did this on purpose to make sure that my audience is enjoying while they watching my videos.
In communication, there is a lot of struggles.
Yep.
How can you overcome any complication of communications on social media specifically?
First thing first, I'll make scripts and practice speaking before I get into the production stage. If we practice, we will find out which words are not quite right, and we can stick to the politeness principle because once you say the wrong word on social media, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, sometimes people can be so mean to talk bad things
Yeah.
about you, and
Yep.
I think it's more like KKE. Oh my god,
Yeah, I
oh my
know.
god, she's
She
so
she she doesn't even do anything bad, but the responses is just so mean.
yeah. So we should be careful on social media.
Yep.
After talk about the complication of communication on social media, how can you overcome any complication of communication in real life?
Okay. This one is the difficulties when I entered college because I don't know what their motive is to be friend with me. But no offense, I found out a friend who motive is not for making friends, but because I am a YouTuber, which I don't really think I am.
Social
Uh,
climber, right?
yeah, social
Oh my god.
climber. I just be more careful in placing myself. In the past, I tended to open with everyone, but at this time, I think I have to filter which one should I treat like this or like that. So it just for me.
Okay, I think your decision to filter your friends, who is that you can bond, you can be friends with, and who
Mm,
is you should make a distance
yep.
from
From
whoever is she
yeah,
or is
from
she.
the one I think toxic for me.
Oh yeah, the toxic one. You should make a distance from the toxic
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and especially after your YouTube post blew up. Have you ever felt any differences or changes in the way of you communicate, whether it's positive or negative?
Okay, first, I really felt that differences because uh, maybe because I am such a positive person.
Oh, I
I
can see
always
it. I can see it.
thank you.
Oh, good.
I always see changes as a positive way, a positive thing, including changes in communication. From the scoliosis campaign, many people have asked me through direct message on Instagram, and that is where I feel a change in how I communicate with a stranger or with others. I am getting expert to know which word that convey the meaning itself, so they feel click when they chatting with me or they asking about scoliosis. Yet, if there are those who are still 10 years old, they might be use unpolite word to me. So I just have to understand.
Okay, I think you made big changes here, right?
Yeah.
You improve so many things, like
Mm-mm.
from
That's so
big
true.
from beginner in YouTube, and now you are expert in YouTube.
I
As a
hope so.
YouTuber and communication science students, how do you improve your communication skill? What kind of things do you improve all this time?
Uh, I have improved a lot since I entered the first semester in university. You know, begins from communication with myself, with parents, sibling, peer group, or even as strangers. Uh, there are 2 points. First, um, I understand more if there is a misunderstanding, and secondly, I am much more grateful. Okay, talk about the first point. Misunderstanding is a really normal thing because each person has their own backgrounds with different culture, families, and environments. That is why each person personality is unique, and we have to be smart of placing ourselves. In the past, I always force problems with emotions. Like, I cannot control myself. But now I found it easier to control myself, my emotions, because I understand that miscommunication will happen anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. Noise comes from various things, and there are a lot of factors in it. So I would think that we are completely a different individuals. My backgrounds and yours are different, so if there are conflicts, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I also realized that listening is fun. Listening is such a fun thing to do. It doesn't mean that if we listen, we lost our self-esteem, but with listening, we can get extraordinary insights. And this is why the personality is really developing, and I feel that way a lot.
Okay.
uh, there is
Uh,
one. Yeah.
uh, in your university, there is any subject that talks about skill of communication itself?
Yep. This one I want to talk about.
Oh,
So
okay.
one of the subject, it makes me realize that nonverbal communication is really contributes and impact. everything when we communicate. All of our organs convey a message. Facial expression, shoulder, hands, clothing, artifact that we took on our body, it all convey a message. We communicate even though we do not speak anything, and it will be different way from person to person, because back again we all are different background, and I think that is cool, right? What do you think?
I think yes, I agree with you because everybody has different backgrounds, different perspective, and I cannot imagine how beautiful of communication is
Yep.
because we can because of the differences we can share from each other perspective, right? I think
Yeah.
that's my thoughts.
Oh, secondly, I also getting more grateful. Why? Because I feel that all of this life is really complex, but I can still survive until now. And I also appreciate the life value, value time, and value the existence of friends. Um, there are also one subjects in my major which changes my point of view of loving myself and others. I realized that everyone who comes into my life must be a reason. Surely that the person will have an impact on my values, and with this I became more affectionate with everyone who support me.
Okay, I agree with the complexity of communication itself, and fortunately, you have people surrounding you that give you positive energy that always support you in
Yeah,
your career. So I think it's a really plus value for you.
yeah.
And
Such a lucky girl, I think.
yes, you're so lucky because so many people out there cannot uh, have a chance to do this path same as you. Uh,
Yeah.
and then for your personal thoughts, do you think that communication has big important role? Would it in be job on YouTube, study in university, or maybe in your social life?
In my point of view, because communication always happened, it has an important role in many aspects. On YouTube, communication is really important because we talk to people, either we know those as individuals or strangers. So we should know the point of messages that we spread out, how to express it with the words, and who the person I am approached to talk with. And in my university, a good communication is a must to understanding each other, because we came from nowhere and accompanied in college. So basically, we have many backgrounds. We have such a really different backgrounds. Because of the diversity, I have hardness of found a good friend that have some same values or point of view with me. Because the vari- the variation of values from one to another, we should have the ability to improve our communication and arrange ourselves so we can respect others. Likewise in social life, that have a thousand of invisible meanings. So we should understand from other perspectives. Back again, backgrounds and cultural diversity are different from one to another.
Yes, I agree with that. I believe that every people have the ability to improve their communication
Yeah.
and arrange themselves so they can be more talkative, be more communicate each other, and
Mhm.
maybe from there they can
Building a
cross
good.
perspective
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so
and
true.
take the invisible meanings from others.
Hmm.
And I think that's the coolest thing of communication.
Yep,
Um,
I agree.
especially talk about communication in your platform, which is YouTube. Are you a type of person that communicate in a spontaneous way or based on script?
I think it depends. Sometimes I use scripts, sometimes I use spontaneous way.
Okay, I have two questions because your depends.
Yep.
I have two questions. The first one is, if it's scripted, why you decided to keep tracking on a script? And the second thing is, if it's spontaneous, how can you get that spontaneous communication skill? How to improve
Mm,
that?
okay. If the content is challenging and purposely to entertain people, I usually make it looks as natural as I can because people like to see the spontaneous of natural reaction, right?
Yes.
But if I talk about education content like scoliosis and sharing about my life experience, I prefer to make a script. The aim is to make the production time shorter since I learned about uh, the production of making contents. Make a script is a pre-production stage that preparing all of the things before we jump into the production or shooting process. And I purposeful make a script to make it efficient and effective. I also knew that what is the point am I going to deliver? But sometimes spontaneous always comes out immediately to make it more fun or funny to watch. And the way I improve my communication is impacted by many factors. For example, it's my own habit of being talkative, and fortunately, my surrounding are so kind to listening to me, and my surroundings are help me a lot to improving my communication.
Okay. You are lucky because you can be talkative person and you are
Oh,
surrounded
yeah.
by people that always support you, whatever and whenever. And if there are any bad communications or comments that get you offended and maybe down, how can you overcome from those kinds of bad situation? Especially nowadays, people are easy depressed and mental breakdown because
Mm.
of bad communication, specifically in social media, even though we already filtered our words, our the
Pages.
way we act, but
Oh, okay.
sometimes people be mean to us, so they give us bad communication or bad comments.
Mm, I think back again, everyone has different background. I believe those who offensive and break me up have a reason why they did that. Maybe they're just in a process of finding their identities, or maybe their emotion is unstable or other thing like that. And then uh, people have different standards.
Yes,
There are many people satisfied by my contents, includes me,
and
but
me.
sometimes, oh yeah, sure, you. But sometimes there is people who has higher standard that wants me more, or I mean, wants more from me. Uh, one of the question that makes me a little offended. He says, video nggak jelas,
um,
and then I feel a bit sad. But back again, if we notice the differences of people, we can easier to understand. Remember that we cannot force or control external, but we can control ourselves how we face that kind of bad comments. And if I found a bad comments, I'll just leave it, or sometimes my other subscribers will reply to it and cheers me up.
Oh my God. So the video gak jelas comment for me it's very mean to you, and I'm sorry
Yeah,
for that. And
it's okay. Thank
I'm
you.
really happy that your subscribers are always there for you to cheer you up. And
Yeah.
something that I wanna ask, do you think about YouTube has good and bad as a medium of communication? And is it a great platform to improving our communication?
Yeah, the good side is YouTube can make people want to talk. And here is one of the places to train public speaking.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, we can learn to filter what is appropriate to post it on social media and what's don't. Learn to filter all words to make it clearer so people do not get bad perception of me. Also, our expression of face should give meaning to people. But unfortunately, social media is place where producers and consumers bonded as one. So there is no gap of giving opinions because it's our rights. And the thing such as cross culture contents can give us bad influence of improving communication skill itself.
I agree with the cross culture contents one because
Mm.
in our society, maybe people cannot be open with others' culture,
Yeah. Mm.
that people cannot deal with it. And I think as a YouTuber, you can choose content that more friendly with our culture
Yeah,
and
yeah.
can match with people in this country. And I think that's it. As a student of communication
Mm.
that already studied about this before, about communication itself, what are the messages or knowledges that you want to share with me or maybe for others outside there that have been struggling on improving communication with others?
Okay. I think I'm gonna take 2 points. It just be brave and be careful. Courage means not only when we speak, but also listen. We dare to listen to others, and then we dare to express our thoughts. Also, dare to get to know people around us. Keep talkative because it expands our point of view, our paradigm. But remember, we have to be careful too.
Yes.
Uh, See who is the person we are talking to, so we know whether our communications method is appropriate.
Okay, so the conclusion that I can conclude is um, improving communication is not that simple way, it's not that
Yeah,
easy because we should match our perspective, our act to others, to culture, to society around us. And improving communication is depends on ourselves.
yeah, that's so
And
true.
if we want to grow, if we want to make an improvement of our communication, we should brave to be free to express ourselves
Mm,
and be open-minded enough to
yep,
take
the
uh,
diversities.
diversity and perspective and other things that we should understand, because when people cannot understand each other, people cannot improve their communication,
Mm,
and it can be bad communication in
yep.
society. So this podcast is really taught me very well, and so thank you for you, Femi. But I have additional questions.
Oh yeah, sure, sure. Last question or not?
Last.
Okay, good. Go
Do
ahead.
you Do you have any messages or suggestions to people that watch this podcast entire time? Perhaps they want to make a YouTube channel because get inspired by you. Because me personally thinks about this multiple times to make a YouTube
Mm,
channel, and
that's great.
maybe this a great chance to get some
Started.
messages from the expert. Time is your expert.
Well, actually, I'm not that expert, but maybe my experience are more like that. For all of people who wants to focus on YouTube, just keep it on. I mean, do what you believe, and if YouTube develops and transforms you into a better personality, a better person, then go ahead. But if it's not, just leave it and explore another thing, because there are so many choices in this beautiful life, and keep spread our positive energy that will give a good impact to ourselves, to yourself, and to others.
Oh my God, thank you, Femi. Give applause to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Yay!
having me. Doa. High five.
Oh
Woo.
my God, such an inspirational and motivational podcast that I have now with you. And I
Thank
think
you.
it's going to be good things in the future for me and for others who watch this podcast. And oh my God, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here. And you look beautiful with that flower
With this
in
little
your hair.
flower.
Also, I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
I
We
wish
wish you a Merry
okay. I
Christmas.
wish you have tons of blessings and God
Amen.
brings you happiness, luckiness, everything, and your YouTube can grow more,
Amen.
and
Thank you so much.
your
Doa.
study in university, your family, everything, and doi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I actually don't have it yet.
Okay. After this, you will found one.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, Femi.
Thank you,
Have a nice
Doa. Merry
day.
Christmas. Happy New Year.